Lesson 42, Part 2 is equations with two variables. And in my opinion, this lesson is significantly easier than yesterday's lesson. Yesterday's lesson was a challenging one, or I don't know, whatever day you did the last lesson. It was a challenging one. This one, I feel like is quite a bit easier. So hopefully you do too. Get those notes ready and push play when you're ready to begin. Okay, so you're going to be faced with things that look like this. X plus 2 equals y. Go ahead and write that into your notes. And I know your brain's kind of like freezing up going, what? I don't know how to solve that. I don't, here's the ocean, here's variable, but there's other variable, and what do I do? And so it looks a lot more complex than it actually is. So what I'm going to take you through is show you how to solve it. So we're not really solving this. What we're saying is, if x is this, y will be this. If x is something else, y will be something else. If x is something else, y will be something else. So what I'm going to do is show you to draw this chart. And I'm drawing it this way not just to help with this lesson, but also to help with the next lesson, Part 3, graphing it. So step 1, draw the chart. Step 2 is we're going to put x, we're going to label the top of it, x over here, y over here, and then xy there. And so step 2 is label an equation. Label is x, y, xy. Equation is this here. We're going to put it on the line. The y part, the equals y part, is already here. So all we need to do is put equal. You don't even have to put the equal there, but x plus 2. This part goes right there. So we put the labels and the equation on that top line. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 possible x's. So I'm going to put 4 possible numbers because I don't know what this number is, but if it's this, when I send it through the x plus 2 factory, y will be that. So what's happening is I don't really know what this number is, but if it's this, then this will be that. But if it's this, then this will be that. I'll explain more when we see that in action. So I like to choose some really small numbers to make the calculations really easy. It doesn't really matter what we put for x, so if it doesn't matter, I stick with very small numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 possible numbers for x. Nice and easy numbers to do math with because they're so small. So I always choose 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's in parentheses put, yeah, use 0, 1, 2, 3. Unless somebody tells you to use something else, use the easiest numbers. And then finally, you're going to send them through the factory. What I mean by that is we're just going to go ahead and put into the equation for x plus 2, 0 on this one, x is 0. This one, x will be 1. This one, x will be 2. And this one, x will be 3. So let's put it in. 0 plus 2 equals, what does 0 plus 2 equal? 2. Yay! What does this time x is 1, so what does 1 plus 2 equal? 3. Yay! And then this time x is 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Yay! And then the last time x is 3, and 3 plus 2 equals 5. Yay! The last step is the easiest one, and I only put this in there. This part here is only on this chart because what I'm taking you into tomorrow with graphing, it just really makes it nice and easy with you. So I'm going to take this number x is 0, y is 2. When x is 0, it goes through the factory, y will be 2 for that equation. So I just write it there, 0, 2. Coordinates, right? Like for the coordinate plane, these are our coordinates. When x is 1, y is 3. 1, 3. When x is 2, y will be 4. 2, 4. And when x is 3, y will be 5. 3, 5. And that's it. Mrs. Sanchez, that can't be that easy, can it? Yes, it can. It's that easy. Okay, let's do another redo to just see if it really is that easy. Let's have a look. All right. We're going to do the equation with two variables 3x minus 2 equals y. Step 1 says draw the chart. All right, I can do that, draw the chart. Chart looks like that, and a line, and a line, and then a line. All right. Step 2 says label and put the equation down. Okay, so label, x is first, y is next over here. You skip that big gap. And then I have my xy, my coordinates for later. And then I take this equation and I put it right here. Now the equal y part is already there waiting for me. Just a side note, sometimes you might see it like this. Still the equal y part is right there, and then you just take this part right there, 3x minus 2. So it just doesn't matter. This is what we did there, 3x minus 2. All right, so we've labeled the equation, and we've labeled it and put the equation. Step 3 is the 4 possibilities for x. And remember I said keep those 4 possibilities. They could be whichever numbers you want them to be, but since we're going to be doing some calculations with them, let's keep those numbers nice and small, tiny little numbers, so we could do the math fast in our heads. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Those are 4 possibilities for x. And then we're going to send those numbers through the factory. When x is 0, we will plug and play 3 times, now x is 0, minus 2. 3 times 0 is 0. I have $0 in my pocket. And then I borrowed $2, so I owe 2. My coordinates are when x is 0, y is negative 2. So that's a 0 and that's a negative 2. That's a 0, in case you didn't know. All right, that's the first row. Next row. If x is 1, then 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract 2 from that, it's 1. When x is 1, so is y. Y is 1. Ooh, neat. Next one, when x is 2, we fill it in for the equation up here. Instead of x, we substitute the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 subtract 2 is 4. So when x is 2, y is 4. And finally, 3 times x, in this case x is 3 here. So we substitute the 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 subtract 2 is 7. So when x is 3, y is 7. That's the answer. You have evaluated the equation 3x minus 2. The rest of the answer will be done in part 3 of this lesson. We'll graph it. But for now, that's the answer that I'm looking for. Okay, and we do 3 is same idea, but kind of in word problem form, and it kind of gets you an idea as to what these two variables are standing for, x and y. So let's take a look at this one together. It says, we are selling popcorn for $2 each bag. How much money might we make? Well, if you were trying to solve this and find an exact amount, you would look at this for a few minutes and then you'd go, there's not enough information. I didn't know how many bags they sold, so I don't know how much money they made. I don't have enough information. And that's the idea. So what we're going to do is find out, because it says how much money might we make. So the question already recognizes there's not enough information. So what are the possibilities that we can make? So we use the equation stuff. We draw the chart. And x is standing for however many I sell. I don't know. How many? I don't know. X, I guess, because I don't know. So how many do we sell? We know that every bag we sell is $2. So we need to at least recognize that if we sell one bag, that's $2. If we sell 2 bags, that's $2 plus $2. If we sell 3 bags, that's $2 plus $2 plus $2. Repeated addition is, right, multiplication. So however many we sell, we know we're going to multiply it by 2, and that's going to equal y. So we know the equation that's going to fit there, what math we have to do to solve it. If somebody would finally tell me what x is, I would figure it out, right? And then we just do that, just so that we're ready for the next lesson. All right. So we've labeled now And we came up with the equation. We had to kind of come up with the equation. I mean, in your head, you probably already knew what math needed to be done. We're just showing what math needs to be done. Oh, it's multiply, so we know. 4 possibilities for x. We can make them up. I'll keep them small, but I mean, you can make them up, whatever. If we sold 3 bags, then we had 3 bags times $2 each. We made $6. Ooh, yay us. Not very good money there. If we sold 8 bags, let's say we sold 8 bags, 8 times 3 is 24. That's a little bit better. If we sold 8 bags, we'd make $24. If x is 8, y is 24. That's a possibility. I don't know, it's a possibility if we sold 10 bags, 10 times, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, nobody said anything either. That's a 2. Why didn't you say so? You didn't even stop me. 8 times 2 is 16. It was your job to stop me. All right. So 10 times 2 is 20. 10, 20. And let's say I sold 100 bags, because that would be awesome. 100 times 2 equals 200. So those were just like random possibilities for x, and then I send it through the factory, the math that would have needed to be done if I had sold that many, or that many. And then that's how much I would make if I sold that many, or that many. So it's just giving you possibilities is what that sort of equation is doing. We don't know yet, but if we sell 100 bags, we're going to make $200. All right, so it's time for your first you-do. We've got 3 total to do. You-do number 1, 2x equals y. Pause the video, use the steps, draw the chart, label, 4 possibilities, send through the factory. So do all these steps, and then push play when you have them done. All right, let's see how you did. First step, draw the chart. Here I go. Chart. Label it x. The equation goes here. The equals y goes there, and then my coordinates x, y go there. So I have now drawn the chart, labeled it. 4 possibilities for x. Nice and easy ones. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's easy math. Send them through the factory. 2 times, if x is 0, it's going to be 0. 0, 0. Like an owl. Woo. 2 times 1 equals 2. When x is 1, y is 2. This one, 2 times, this time x is 2, so I put 2 there, equals 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So when x is 2, y is 4. And the last one, 2 times when x is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So when x is 3, y is 6. 3, 6. And that's the answer you should have had. That's the answer. That's it. Okay, so that one was easy. So let's try one that kicks it up a notch. All right, let's do this one. 4x plus 2 equals y. Try that one and push play when you've got an answer. All right, let's see how we did. By the way, if you are just waiting for me to talk you through it on every one of these, and you're not trying it on your own, you're going to struggle later, so just so you know. All right, make sure you're trying it on your own. Challenge your brain to think it through first. So I draw the chart, and now I'm going to do the label and equations. X, y, x, y. This y, the equals y, is already here, so I just take this part, 4x plus 2, and I put it on the line. Now I choose the 4 possibilities for x. Since nobody told me what I have to put there, I get to make it up, and since I get to make it up, I'm going to use some 4 very small numbers to make the math nice and easy. 0, 1, 2, and 3. So on the first line, x is 0, so I'm going to place 0 in that spot, plug and play. 4 times 0 plus 2. Well, 4 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 2 is 2. So when x is 0, y is 2. This time, x is 1, so I'm going to plug that in there. 4 times 1 plus 2. 4 plus 1 is, I'm sorry, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So when x is 1, y is 6. 1, 6. Next row is saying that x is 2, so I'm going to plug 2 in there instead. 4 times 2 plus 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. So when x is 2, y is 10, 2, 10. Finally, I'm going to plug 3 in for x. 4 times 3 plus 2, and I'm going to do the math. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. So when x is 3, y is 14. That is increasing rapidly compared to that, isn't it? All right, so 3, 14. You'll see it tomorrow when you, or next lesson when you graph it on the line too, how quickly that increases. That's the answer. That's it. It's all done. Good job. Okay, the final you do, what it looks like in word form. We're selling heart-shaped candy boxes for $3. We don't know how many they sold. X is, I don't know how many. I don't know, I'll guess. How much money might we make? So we can use that chart to kind of get an idea for how much we'd make if we sold this much, and how much we'd make if we sold this much, and how much we'd make if we sold that much. So go ahead and do the whole thing. Push pause, and then push play when you think you've got it. All right, hopefully you tried it, because that's the only way you get better, is to keep trying, even if you mess it up. If you don't keep trying, you're not going to get any better. So first thing I'm going to do is draw the chart. X, Y, X, Y, I'm labeling it. The equation I need to figure out, I'm selling heart-shaped candy boxes. I don't know how many, I'll call it X. But each one I sell is $3, so $3 for one, then 3 plus 3 for 2, then 3 plus 3 plus 3 for 3. So when I'm going to be adding things, the same number over and over again, it's going to be multiply. I could have put 3x there too, 3x or x times 3, whatever. How much money might I make? 4 possibilities for x. I'm selling boxes of candy, so I want them big. So I'm going to do 10. 10 times 3 equals... Okay, 10 times 3 is 30, so if I sell 10 boxes, I'll make $30 when x is 10, y is 30. That's one possibility. Maybe I sell more than that. Let's make it 20. 20 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6 with the 0 at the end. 60. If I sell 20 boxes, I'll make $60. Woo-hoo. Now, your answers might look different than mine, right? Because you probably used different x's than mine. Keep that in mind, that our answers might be different. So that's very, very possible. If you did 0, 1, 2, 3, you have different answers. If the math works out, then you know you did it right. If I did $30, if I had sold 30 boxes, that's 90. 30 boxes makes $90. And my fourth one, I'm going big. 100 boxes sold. That's 100 times 3 is $300. Woo! So 100 boxes means $300. Again, your answers might look different than mine, because whatever you put in here for x is going to affect what you have for y. Just run it through the factory carefully. As long as you use that key, that equation, then you got a correct answer. And once we graph it all out on a line next time, my answers will be all met up with yours through the line. You'll see next time. If this is making sense to you, get the closure questions. And if it's still a struggle, review where you need to, rewind what you need to, and listen again, or come see me.